Thank you very much. Gentlelady yields back. Chair recognizes the gentlelady from California, Ms. Kamlager-Dove, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I just want to thank all of you for your courage, for what you did for us on January 6th, and for what each of you continue to do today by speaking out and by showing up. This is a very emotional room. It's been very sobering to watch the videos and to hear the testimonies. I watched it on television and didn't think I was watching something happening in the United States, and wondered if every single person inside the Capitol was going to die. It was terrifying. And I can only imagine what you're going through as you're recounting what you experienced. Ms. Hemphill said that she received due process. Is that true?
Thank you for the question. Absolutely.
Yes. And so, Mr. Balu, you resigned from the Department of Justice. Would you agree that Ms. Hemphill and many others, all of the other 1,500 cases that were prosecuted, did they all receive due process?
Absolutely. I think it was the largest prosecution in American history, and it was extraordinary to watch, sort of more senior prosecutors, the care and attention they brought to every case.
I would agree with that. In fact, I think it's probably an example of how due process actually can and should work in this country, if only all of us were afforded it. Mr. Balu, I want to ask you a couple of additional questions. Let's just say hypothetically that Joe Antifa showed up at the Capitol, upset that this president was doing away with his health care and causing him to spend more money at the grocery store and at the gas station because of the tariffs. And let's just say that Joe came up and he was so upset that he started bear spraying and pepper spraying and beating up members of the Capitol Police because he was so outraged. Would it be right to call Joe Antifa a patriot?
No, absolutely. He committed a crime.
And would it be right to arrest him?
Absolutely. And if I can just briefly say, this isn't a hypothetical. The Department of Justice was prosecuting protesters that turned into rioters from the summer of 2020, the very same 12-month period. And the analysis was, at least the initial analysis, was that those rioters actually received harsher sentences than those from January 6th.
That's right. And yet this president said that we assaulted the January 6ers, right, the insurrectionists, and that they were illegally detained, and in fact sort of presume that they didn't receive any due process. I'm so glad that you're sharing with us that it is not a hypothetical, that in fact it happened. And I just also want to share, Mr. Chair, that now we've learned that the Department of Justice is actually and actively deleting records of the January 6th cases, that they are scrubbing references to the January 6th insurrection as a riot, and in fact have fired prosecutors that worked on all of these cases. Would you agree to those statements?
Yes.
Thank you for the time.